right, we're back with another punk perspective. We're going through the Punk-O-Rama Volume 3. I almost want to skip this next song and it's kind of why I don't really have to. So this next song is Pulley If. It's not my favorite Pulley song. My favorite Pulley songs probably, there's a lot more Pulley songs I think are better. This is a good one. It's okay, but I know you like it a bit. So
yeah, I like it a lot.
We'll let you talk a little bit about it, but yeah, this one's If by Pulley. It's a good song. It has that real hit there. But I remember so many times, like, I'm so anxious to get to the next track, which is I think it's Pennywise next track. But like these like little reps are so good, and there's some songs that were just like I'd get anxious for, and again I'm like ADD, so I'd listen to always like maybe a minute of the song, and then I'd skip it, or I never I would listen to the full thing, of course, here and there. But there's a lot other better Pulley songs, but yeah, this one's If. So I'll read the lyrics, and then we can talk about it a little bit because it is a really good song though. And Pulley's a really good band, and they were one. It was also another one that was really hard to get their album. I was able to Napster enough songs to make their orange album that just says like "fuck" on it or whatever, but it doesn't. The title's actually nothing. But luckily, those character stuff, I was able to find it to where I was able to get the whole song, and they were on like every Punk-O-Rama, I think, and they're fucking a great band. But you and I were talking too, so like the lead singer, they all have this like connection. It's like, you know, 10-foot pole, Pulley, and then there's a connection with Zero Down with the bass players and Strung Out. Like there's like this weird like little like family of them. You kind of can hear all that sound too. But the lead singer is a baseball player, and it's pretty selfish of him to be a baseball player when you're in a punk band and there's kids that want to see your shows, because it feels like their touring was not as abundant as like NoFX, who was easier to usually go and see, or Rancid, who was touring all the time. It was like Pulley would either, I don't even remember like if they even came to Arizona. Like I don't remember them even touring. Let's put it that way. When I was going, because they were a band I think that you and I both agree have been awesome to see fucking live. And
yeah, they're my favorite band. Well, I mean, they're not my favorite band. That these songs like Pulley, Wake Up,
definitely one of the greatest bands to make these songs.
It was, I'm trying to
second
think about,
best.
like, oh, NoFX. So these songs, what I was going with this is that the NoFX song. So this is the first Punk-O-Rama's. This is literally the first punk album that I heard, aside from like Green Day or Bad Religion, that were like kind of like mainstream bands. And so it was my favorite. Like I formed a lot of favorite songs of all time, and it's hard to have a favorite song, but I would just have to say on this album that We Threw Gasoline on the Fire by NoFX is my favorite NoFX song of all time. That Pulley If song is my favorite NoFX song by all time, and that Pennywise Wake Up song is my favorite Pennywise song of all time. And but I really thought it was a fucking really, really good song. Like it was a banger, and I could like relate to it very much. And he's like, there's nothing left for me, meaning there was like when I had to, like, so you work hard at something and you give all of your drive, your ignition, your desire to make something work out, and then it falls apart, and then and then you're like, well, how the fuck did this happen to me? And then you're like, at that point you're really, really low, you're at a really low part in your, and it could be a relationship, right? And I don't know if that's what he was talking about. Or maybe you could lose your job. Like you could build up to where I could even just, just a lot of things. And then you get to a very, very low point where you're like, there's nothing left for me. There's nothing left for me to do here. But you have to then rebuild again to get back to that point. And it's very devastating. It's very frustrating. And it feels like this only happens to me, which is not the case. I mean, it happens to a lot of people, but it felt like that in a lot of times of my life where like I worked so fucking hard to build something, and then it all fell apart. And then it was like, there's always pity around this, and he's like, don't feel sorry for me because I don't feel sorry for you.
Yeah, that's a good.
which is funny, but that's just the way I felt about it. He's like, I feel very alienated by a lot of things that I did. Like I'm a circus, I'm a
Circus
freak in
freak show, right?
yeah, in a circus freak show. And then I think of the fucking, then I always think of that album cover where it has the fucking dude on the skateboard
It's
and
the
the tall guy.
volume 3
Yes, and then
cover,
it
yeah.
makes me think of that album cover, and I've always wanted a shirt like that. Always wanted a shirt with that album cover because it's such a fucking. It made me laugh. I like that tall ass guy and the dude with the skateboard with no arms and legs and the
Isn't there a
fat
girl with 3
lady.
tits?
Was there
There's a girl with 3 tits, I think,
really the?
or 4 tits.
Um,
3 or 4, maybe it's just 2 tits, but I mean, there was tits on that.
let's say it was 5.
And then again, when say it's 5,
But
you're 13, that was some tits, man.
there was tits we could see. You didn't have to go on cable. You didn't have to see the. Did you ever see the Spice Channel when it would like blur in and you could barely see it come in? And then like there was like a channel that I would go to and it would barely come in and I would see a tit and I'm like, yes, a tit.
It was fucking much harder back then, man. Now you can just get porn.
Oh, yeah, all the fucking kids are lucky, man.
Like fucking having
fun.
to
It's all, are you 18? Yes, I'm 18. I'm not 13.
fuck. It was a whole like we would fucking get like there was a couple options to see tits. Was
Your dad's magazines.
well, no,
Okay.
because he was in prison. So it was my friend's dad's magazines that
Okay,
he
there
would
you go.
steal, and they would be buried in the fucking. We would go and would dig it out, and
They
then
were like destroyed because they were buried in dirt.
oh, it would be bad, but it was still good, dude.
Oh.
You'd dust that dirt off, you'd fucking watch, and our hands would be in our pockets. It was just cold. It's Arizona, not cold, let me tell you. And then there was, the family computer, which I'd have to wait till my mom would leave, and I would just like go in there. And you're not doing your business then. What you're doing is I'm getting all the pictures, like boom, boom, print. And I'd get that shit, and I'd take it to my room and hide them, right? And I'd like make my own little magazines or whatever. Or there was like, you could draw your own tits, or you could look at cartoon tits, and you could get the imagination. And that's what was good.
I couldn't do the anime tits too.
The dwarves song comes up on one of the other albums here, which I remember that song. I would
I
get
think this. I
horny,
think the
man.
dwarves are the one that had the tits on.
But maybe, but I mean that meant by like better be women stuff. I remember there was like songs that would just get me horny too. Like it was different. It was just different. You'd have to use your imagination so much back then, man. Like
I don't know what
I don't know why I went off. This is not what that song's
I
about.
wanted to. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the song. I don't know what had more viruses: my mom's computer from Napster or from the porn sites that I looked at. It was either one of those.
It was the
I don't know. It had more viruses on it.
yeah.
The porn and the Napster. I honestly, this is funny, dude. So I was like 14 and I was like ordering the Spice Channel. I don't know if you guys know the Spice Channel. It was like a pornography channel. And I would order it because you could order it off the phone. And I would order it and the movie would come in.
I'd like to have the Spice Channel. Yeah.
No, I don't know if you taught
It was automated,
You
maybe?
might have taught. No, it was automated.
Would you ever call those 900 numbers?
No, I never did.
Oh yeah.
I would always see them. But then, so I ordered one and I ordered a bunch of them. And then my mom came home from work early and I called the fucking people and said I didn't order it. And they told me I was a liar. And then I hung up on them and then they called my mom.
Yeah.
She beat the hell out of me. She started hitting me with the fucking, those fucking coat hangers, those that would like those plastic ones. And then I just said she beat me with it. And it was a bunch of welts. So I was like, motherfucker.
Man,
But-
we would have a look at so my one friend would have he had a VHS tape, but we were like, why is the VHS player only in your parents' fucking bedroom? It makes sense. Makes sense now. That's why they're watching that tape. Trust me, y'all. But I remember like we'd have to do like a look at too. Like we'd have it in, and then like one of us we'd have to take turns because one would be having to watch the fucking like make sure the parents aren't coming home, and then also like we'd all just have to start randomly taking shits. Oh man, I gotta go to the bathroom, man. We all knew what we were doing, but like you'd still pretend it too. You'd turn the fan on and shit. But it's not. We were fucking dirty kids, man. But yeah, I really went on to this. So let me read what "If" is about.
It's not pornography.
We should probably cut all that. It says nothing. I don't
No, we should
know.
just leave it.
What the fuck is really going on with me? I'm not a creature in a circus freak show. Really like to be. Don't feel sorry, but there's always pity here. I don't feel sorry for you. Not asking myself to do anything. going places where I've only dreamed to go. Waste my time with that, writing up this picture one day, make me laugh, trying something what has not been done before. There's nothing left to do, not asking myself to do anything. What if once I've started building something up, just to watch it fall, pick it up again, see the pieces right in front of me, pick it up again, I'm on my way. If you're running around, there's nothing left for me. If nothing left for me. When it goes on again a couple times. And I think another reason why the song rocks, though, too, and my reason is this is something that you weren't, it was a vulnerable song. And a lot of Pulley songs are. That's why I think Pulley's such a great band, is they sang about situations that are a little more vulnerable, right? Like kind of things that I could really connect with, though. Like you said, you felt this shit. You feel like, what the fuck? And reality of it too. It wasn't this like kumbaya, like feel sorry for, because it's don't feel sorry for me as an asshole. It's way back, like selfish, like I don't fucking, I won't care about you. Like, there's such very it's truth. It's just very honest.
I think he honestly, just by looking at this song, he might be talking about his band. And I think him failing his music career, and then what happens next if I fail this music career. That might be what he's talking about. I could be wrong.
Yeah, well, you know what's good though
Because
about
it's like he's building things up. He's building things up. Things are going wrong.
what I like about music again too, it's like it can just, you get to interpret it to how the fuck you means to you. There's fucking, probably Mormons that like leaving Jesus land by no effects because it motivates them, inspires them for, staying in church. Who the fuck knows, dude? And that's what's beautiful. Once it's out there, it's what it means to you. But there is a common ground with these songs that I noticed that like what it means to you was very similar to what it meant to me, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking, whatever he wrote about it or not, it's fucking, it meant a lot and it was real. And it was about, again, it was like a song that was about something, man. Like it wasn't, fucking whatever was on that radio player, some country song. It wasn't fake. It was fucking real and it's fast. And he's at the ending, his screaming at the ending is obnoxious. But again, like I could identify when I had my little temper tantrums and shit, I would scream like that. I would be so, because you had so much anger and shit, like you just, you have to scream it out. And that's how you scream, is you don't scream like a screamo kid or a metal kid when you're fucking pissed off and you're having the worst fucking moment of your life. You're screaming like he's screaming at the end of Cash, or I don't know why I said Cashton, but it's a good song. The song rocks, man.
Cashed In is really good. That was on 2.
Yeah. To be fair, I think
that.
Pulley doesn't have a bad song. Right. I mean,
They do have a lot of good songs. Yeah, they do have a lot of good songs.
They don't have a bad song.
Yeah, I don't think so.
There's a song that you're ever like, No,
No,
I don't think so. They might be one of the greatest bands ever.
They're really good. Yeah.
Do you have any Pulley tattoos?
I don't know.
No, you should just get like a Pulley. You should get that fucking kid on that album. That was a good album
I
cover
should
too.
get that kid.
It's like little pissed off. That's what I like
should
too.
get-
I
honestly,
identified with
That's a
that.
good idea. I should get that fucking kid. I have room. I got a bunch of rooms.
When I would see that kid too, I would think like that's what I want to be, with the spiked hair and just fucking drinking a 40 or whatever. Fuck you, Mr. Self-Destruct. Like, because I would feel that at times, man. I just hate everything, dude. And this song rocks. As long with the album. All right.
Yeah, punk music, it just helps you get through shit too.
Yeah. Yeah, man. All right.